All right,
All right, welcome in.
the first of many Fantasy Football Scarlet Knights podcast. We wanted to start this pretty much to give everyone, everyone's busy with their lives. Pat and I are going to sit here, drink coffee, talk through the league, talk through last week's games, talk through what's upcoming, and essentially just shoot the shit, talk shit on everyone.
Yeah, very excited. Can't wait. Gonna be a lot of fun.
Pat, what are you drinking today?
I made because it's fall. It's officially fall.
Oh my
Last week
God.
I made pecan syrup,
Jesus Christ.
so I'm drinking a sweetened pecan and oat milk latte because it's fall. It's time.
I don't even know how you drink that. I've got black coffee, Lavazza, whatever the fuck it's called.
That's fair. This is a little sweet, I will say, but it's not bad.
All right, why don't we start with the score rundown
Yeah,
from week 2?
yeah. So it was a good one last week. I mean, I'm in high spirits because I kicked ass last week, which was a lot of fun.
Ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, I was helped by three people. So last week we saw a pretty commanding victory by me over Last Chance U. So he falls to 0-2. I rise to 2-0. Quinn, you pulled out a win
Fucking
against the
right.
odds. Yeah,
Fucking Barkley Boogaloo talking shit all week.
yeah,
Couldn't let that one go.
yeah. Let me see, because I know you started Fields and that was rough.
Brutal.
Yeah, that John Taylor game helped you out.
Yeah,
Oh,
which I have a rule, Pat, you know this. I don't draft guys that fuck me in previous years. And John Taylor fucked me like 2 or 3 years ago, but I didn't really have a choice this year, and he's been decent. So we'll see what happens. But yeah,
yeah.
last week was huge.
And looks like Fabian's just kind of a couple guys just laid turds on him. Like, although I will say Saquon Barkley, I watched that game. Didn't look like he was going to have 18 fantasy points or 17 and a half, and I was surprised at the end.
Yeah. Yeah.
So then moving on, we had I lost my week too. Then moving on, we had Eric lay the fucking smackdown on Spencer, who sits in last place now. Dude,
Spencer, maybe you got to try a new name or something, man.
I know, because it's not scorching. It's not.
Try
Yeah.
Pinkerton.
Yeah. I mean, Eric just kicked the shit out of him. Just like, I mean, Amon Ra was everyone's
Shellacking.
like golden child, but
Yeah, he's good. I saw didn't he put up almost 40 points or something?
yeah, yeah, but like, I mean, Spencer's kicker was almost his highest leading scorer, and it's
Sorry.
Jake Elliott. So
Come on. Jake's back.
Jake
So
is
I
back,
respect.
Um, we have Andrew took the win over Ricky.
Rue's
So
looking
another
good
one
through two
of
weeks.
Andrew rising to undefeated and Ricky falling to 0-2. Nothing really too crazy notable here. Devon Achane went off for Andrew, and Christian McCaffrey isn't old, I guess. But I think that it's funny because we have a lot of parity in the league now because it's a lot of 0-2s and then 2-0s, which I think is good.
Yeah.
It especially in this part of the season. We have Carl, Darth Vader, took the win over Raj. And Raj, this is rough, man. I mean, we'll get to it.
Yeah.
We'll get to the score versus, I mean, what could have been. But yeah, JJ McCarthy laying a turd. TJ Hawkinson has been shit this year. CD Lamb, I'm surprised, caught the ball 9 times and didn't drop it a couple more.
Seriously.
um, but yeah, man, Carl's got a good team. I mean, he has a pretty good team.
We'll get to that. And I think I disagree a little bit, but
Oh,
we will
okay.
get to that.
Okay. And then for the last matchup, we have newcomer in the league, Matt Steinley, taking a slim victory over Rob, winning by 6 points. They both are now 1-1, and I mean, we'll get to everyone's team, and Steinley got a swift kick in the nuts with Joe Burrow going out, but
Right.
I It's like when someone comes into the league, you don't know how they're going to do, and he's done pretty well, I think.
My biggest question with Steinle is what the fuck is that picture? Is that a piece of meat?
Yeah, it looks
I feel
like
like it looks like a tongue.
it looks like, or is it a pizza?
There's no way.
Is it
Oh, it
like a deep
might
dish?
be.
Is it like
Yeah,
a
it
deep
might
dish
be a big
pizza?
ass pizza.
Wow, wonderful stuff, Steinle.
I thought it was a steak that, or like it looks like a brisket kind of. That's cut in half.
Steinle is also the only name that Eat That Pussy 445 knows how to pronounce, which is good.
The
You know,
Salsa
between that
Squad.
and the big rig, everyone else he had no idea.
But yeah.
Oh man, but yeah.
Um,
So that's the recap. You know, I think that there was just a lot of standout performances by guys this week, which led to some ass kickings. Like we'll go to
yeah, not a
mine.
lot of close games, honestly.
Yeah, like that 6 point game was the closest, and it's hysterical because that's about how many points Burrow had before he went out. Um, but yeah, it was fed by a lot of just guys going crazy. Like if you look at like my team in the matchup, I didn't really recap the players, but like Malik Neighbors in that Cowboys game, like it was just like he got the ball every single time. It was amazing. And when your third highest score is 27.6 points, I think it's a good recipe for success, scoring more points than your opponent.
Yeah, I mean, you definitely killed it. I saw you had three dudes, almost 30 plus points.
Yeah. Yeah, and Eric almost got me on the high score of the week, but yeah, we'll go over all that.
What was our, well, let's just jump into it. What was our challenge winner last week? I don't even remember. I know I
So the
didn't win.
challenge, it was a sack up challenge.
Ah,
Yeah, so it was the team that could get whose defense recorded the most sacks, and I don't have it marked up, but I want to say there was 4 or 5 managers that had a defense that had 4 sacks.
I'm pretty sure I did. I think the Bills had four. I remember looking.
Yeah, like I had 4 sacks. I think like Spencer had 4. Like there was about 4 teams that had 4, and then Carl had 5,
That
and
bastard.
I was just like, of course, you know. So
I
yeah, he
think,
took that, and it was New England too. But I had the
oh,
good
it's so
opportunity
random.
to talk shit on Tua as well. To be like, damn, I hope they didn't hit him too hard.
And then week one, it was the
Uh,
69 challenge.
yeah, the Gronk Spike challenge. Let me go
Yeah, and
back.
I had Samuel Porta who had 79 yards, so I was like, "Oh, bet I'm in great shape." And then someone got closer because I didn't fucking win.
Yeah, yeah. Someone had like I know that I was looking at yours in contention. Um, Let me just go back and it was Fabian that won it, but I want to get how many points. Uh, I want to get how many receiving
That
yards the guy
bastard.
had. Yeah. So Fabian had Trey McBride, and he had 61 yards. So he was like right there. He was 8 away. But I think it was between you and him pretty much. Um,
Fuck, outside lost it by 2 yards.
yeah. No, it was close. So, which is good, get some weekly wins. Because
For sure.
how's Fabian's team? Isn't he? Oh, he's 1-1, not bad.
1-1, talking shit last week. Big
Yeah.
Rig took care of business as we do.
The shit talking has been spicy this year. I like it.
It really has. Speaking of, let's get to the bust of the week, Pat.
Yeah, because I kind of
Oh my
teased it.
God.
Yeah, Raj, man. What? I mean, it was
So
just
just real quick, bust of the week is pretty much what team had the most projected points versus they put up a fucking goose egg or something. Could be players, but mostly it's probably going to be teams. So last week had, what is it, Pat? 33.57 points projected. He ended the week with 83.42.
yeah. That's just a bad beat, man. I mean, like, I, and I will say I love when I'm right, like against the Yahoo projections, because like I was
Mm,
projected to lose this week
damn.
or this past week, and I loved it that I just smashed the projections out of the water. Just everyone overperformed. But when you're on the other end of it, like Raj was this week, dude, like 50 points less than anticipated is not where you want to sit.
Tough week, Raj. I feel for
Yeah.
you, buddy. We've all been there.
Yeah, yeah. And plus, I mean, Carl's team, he was projected to lose by 13, and he still just pulled out the win.
Yeah, well, he's been sneaky this year. We're gonna get to my rankings soon,
Yeah,
and I've got some things to say about Carl's team. No disrespect, just unbiased ranking.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, so that's your challenges and your busts. Bust of the week. I'm trying to think if there's a good player to do for this. I
So many
Yeah,
to
I
look
mean,
through.
just off the cuff, it might be just Mark Andrews for the year. It just could be Mark Andrews every week
Has he
because
been bad? I don't even know.
he's been rough. He's caught the ball 2 times this year.
No.
I'm pretty sure.
Oh my God.
I think Una has him. So let's see. Against me, he had one catch for 2 yards, and then I think he only had one catch last week too. Yeah, last week he had one catch for 5 yards. So
Damn.
he's caught two balls all year. So he may just be the bust of the week every week for the player. Because I mean, like you drafted him to be like, okay, he's old, but he could still play. He's in a great offense, and it's just been nothing.
Yeah. Who's our other tight end? Isaiah Likely.
Yeah, yeah. And someone we'll get to the pickups and whatnot, but someone did get him on waivers.
Has he been better, I guess?
I mean, I think he was hurt, so I think he's coming back. Like he's ramping up. Let's see. Yeah, who got him? Rue got him. Um, but yeah, I think he's just. Oh no.
Damn, there was a lot of
Yeah,
waiver movement
he's
actually.
been hurt. He hasn't played. He hasn't played yet this year. But he's been better in his career at this point than Mark Andrews has been. He just looks old.
Yeah. Well, I mean, he probably is old.
Yeah, yeah, that does contribute.
The waiver wire looked decently hot the last few days. I don't know if well, go ahead, Pat, if you want to read through it. I have thoughts on that.
On the waiver wire pickups.
So I'm curious your thoughts on this because I think you and I have different philosophies. I'm very much a draft my team and stick with my guys, like
Hmm.
maybe loyal to a fault. I don't really propose trades. I find fantasy trades to be sometimes hard to find balance between the two,
Yep.
especially when it's multiple players for one. It just creates roster havoc.
Yep.
So I don't really do, but I know you are very active
Yeah.
on making moves.
Yeah. Trades and also just like the waiver acquisitions. My philosophy is like if you think they're going to produce next week, like get them. You know,
Yeah.
because you never know. I wouldn't want to be caught in a situation of in a situation where someone's hurt in warmups and they become
Yeah.
questionable at 12:30, and I got to plug
Been
someone in,
there.
and it's like, ah, shit, I've been hanging on to Jeremy McNichols because I think with Eckler getting hurt, he'll come into fruition. You know, I'd rather just be like, all right, let me get someone that's actually good, and I'll actually. Instead of getting to the big pickups, I'll get into because we did have a trade,
We
and
did.
it feeds into
Whoa.
those waiver wire pickups. So Carl and I,
See, this is my
oh
point. You're a dealer.
yeah, Carl and I, yeah. Case in point, it's week 2, and I'm already one trade in.
And you're
So
both
Carl
2
and
and
I agreed
0.
to a
So
trade.
it's just like I would never make a trade at 2 and 0. Just the different philosophies.
Yeah. So Carl and I agreed to a trade. We worked out a good deal. Um, and over the course of like 2 days, and essentially he said he was looking for tight end help, and I had picked up a rookie tight end, Harold Fannin, for the Browns,
I
and he was
literally
available
don't know who that
after
is.
week 1.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know who he was either, but he had like 8 targets. So I said, okay, that's fantasy
Yeah.
points. So I picked him up on waivers, and then the night that the Packers played, because they played on Thursday night, I picked up Romeo Dubs, and he went onto my bench automatically just because I picked him up in the middle of the game. But I picked him up. He was another waiver wire acquisition because the guy from Houston, Jaden Higgins, he was more hype than anything else. So I traded 2 waiver wire pickups to Carl. So I traded Harold Fannin and Romeo Dobbs, in exchange for Quinshon Judkins, the rookie sensation that the Browns seem to be in love with,
Mm-hmm.
and Colston Loveland, the rookie tight end that the Bears do not know how to use, and I think he is a little soft. And that's not just because I'm a Packers fan. I think he just doesn't have the juice that you would want. So Carl got some tight end help. I was in need of some running back help, and I had the other Browns running back on my team. And as soon as Quinshon Judkins came in, I watched that game too. That Steelers Browns game. As soon as Judkins came, or no, not Steelers, Ravens. Sorry. They were just like, give Judkins the ball, like 11
Yeah.
carries. He was the dominant back, and so I was like, okay, opportunities there. That's why I figured I'd make the trade for him. But it's taking two waiver wire guys and then flipping them into someone that I can potentially start.
No, it is a good deal. Well, like it's just good strategy to pick up people and then trade them for,
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's like it's just
good
being
foresight, I guess.
reactive. But
Yeah.
if it's a good package, then pause. If it's a good package, then it's a nice return.
Now, what are your thoughts on? I don't really know how Romeo. I know the Packers have been killing it, but has Dobbs been decent, like fantasy wise?
He's had a receiving touchdown in both games.
Okay.
You may, if you got to plug him into your flex, or if he heats up, he could be good. He was kind of a throw in. I was just like, yeah, Carl, you may get some instant gratification with this. And he said, yeah, that, with Reed getting hurt, Dobbs could just be, the target's got to go somewhere. And he was out there pretty much every day. As long as he doesn't pull any bullshit like 2 years ago of saying like, oh, I want to be traded to a different offense. And as long as the Guardian cap stays on his head so he doesn't get a concussion, I think he'll be fine.
Right. Yeah, I think like trades like that too, where it's tight end swap and then just wide receiver running back, like that to me is the most equitable trade. I
Yeah.
can't fathom trades where it's one player for like three guys. I
Yeah.
just find it so difficult to work a roster.
I've become not a fan of like one player for one player, but it's the same position.
Right, you're
Like
just taking a shot on a different quarterback or something. Yeah.
because the problem is there's going to be a winner and there's going to be a loser.
Hmm.
Like, and it just depends on what side of the aisle you fall on both players. Whereas like, you know, a tight end, like I had 3 tight ends on my roster. So it's like, okay, I'll take another one back. And then I ended up dropping Loveland just to get another hot pickup. And because he's been shit ass. I dropped him to bring Dallas Goedert back from the dead. Off
Oh
of my off of
God.
my my IR. But yeah, some other free agent pickups. Isaiah Likely was picked up. He's probably going to ramp up, and Andrew dropped Efton Chisholm the third.
Jesus.
Never heard of that character.
No, okay, I'm glad it's not just me.
That was also a move at 11:15 at night. So I imagine a couple cores were involved, which I think would be think is good.
No.
Aj, in an attempt to pick up from the shit ass that he put up last week, he dropped Caleb Johnson from the Steelers to pick up Kareem Hunt. And did you see the whole thing with Caleb Johnson?
No.
So he was doing like punt return, kick return, because he's a rookie,
Yeah.
and he was in the end zone. Or no, he went to receive the kickoff, and it was near the end zone. So he said, "Okay, let me." It was a kickoff, not a punt. And he said, "Okay, I'm not gonna touch this. I'm just gonna let it bounce into the end zone and bounce out of the back." And it didn't bounce out of the back, so it landed in the end zone. And so, who was it? The Seahawks were able to just jump on the ball and get a free touchdown because the guy forgot the
No.
rules of
Is
the
that
game.
I feel like I don't even know the kickoff rules because they changed it so recently and you never actually see those things come like into the game, like random
Yeah,
shit like that. So I actually didn't, I guess, so it has to go all the way out of the end zone
yeah,
for it to be
yeah.
a
It's not like
touchback,
a
or you
punt
have
can
to
go
catch
into
it.
the end
And,
zone,
yeah.
but a kickoff has to make it out. So the fact that he let it just kind of hang out in the end zone and the Seahawks got a free touchdown, they
Awesome.
may bench him this week. He may just not play.
Yeah, that's bad.
Some other pickups we got. Eric falling into the Pat Fryermuth trap, just like someone does every
Come on,
year.
man.
Uh, I mean, dude, he's touted to be the best thing on the Steelers, and he never works out. Uh, we had Raj picking up Troy Franklin on Denver. I like that pickup. We have Tank Bigsby, famous Eagle, being dropped for Blake Corum, which I think is a good pickup. I mean, it must have hurt Ricky to drop an Eagle, but I'm sure he'll get over it.
Yeah, I respect it as an Eagles fan. It's
Yeah.
been, yeah.
And Eric, playing spoiler to probably Steinley, who had Joe Burrow go down. He picked up Daniel Jones, who he's Jesus apparently. I mean, they haven't punted in 2 weeks.
That is ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the first. I
Shout
mean,
out Giants.
yeah, Giants legend Daniel Jones. Shout out the Vikings. Should have kept him instead of J.J. McCarthy apparently. But yeah, Eric's sitting pretty with Daniel Jones. You know, no other crazy pickups after that. I had one that I hope works out. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the guy's name, but
Come on, man.
it's not Eric, it's Elick. That's all I got. But yeah, minor stuff, nothing too game wrecking. I think that the biggest one out of the recent transactions, it could be Isaiah Likely if he picks it up over Mark Andrews.
Would you say it's likely that he could be the best?
Moving on. Um,
Wait, all right. We got to get to our last weekly award, which is our lineup crimes. So lineup crimes is basically the worst sit-start decision of the week. And fucking, you know what, Pat, why don't you fucking say who it is?
yeah, I won't make you say it. It's the rig. It's the big rig with the lineup crime this past week.
Brutal.
Um, and I will say I fell into the same trap in my other league.
Yeah,
Justin
he was
Fields.
great. Yeah, so say who it is.
Yeah, so it's starting Justin Fields over Jared Goff, and Jared Goff was sensational. Almost put up 35 points, and Justin Fields, he was concussed, I think, in the third quarter, but it didn't matter. It was
He was
an
shit.
awful game for him. And he's out for the foreseeable future in concussion protocol. But
And if he wasn't, I'm done with him anyway. I was
yeah,
a little worried about Goff and Detroit after week one, but I'm back in,
yeah,
at least
he
fantasy
looked like
wise.
a
Yeah.
well-oiled machine. But yeah, that Fields pick, it hurts. Like it happened. I mean, it's flashy, it's shiny,
Yeah.
and then it's funny because those two quarterbacks are kind of like the opposite of one another in both their play style, but also like Justin Fields, he could have the game of 3 touchdowns with one of them rushing, and meanwhile Jared Goff just has the weapons around him to succeed, and this was just capitalization of that.
For
So
sure.
yeah, not a good pick, but we all do it.
Got the dub. Learned my lesson until I make
Yeah.
another fucking stupid decision.
Yeah, yeah.
All right.
Um,
I think it's time for rankings.
yeah, I think we're ready.
All right. So this segment is called Quinn's Quadrants. And essentially, what I'm going to do is rank every team into a quadrant. Pat does not know the results of this. So this is live reaction, as is our listening audience. Pat, can you see everything all right
Yep,
coming
got it
through?
all.
Alrighty. So bottom left quadrant we have oof. Henny got an L Scorcho. I hate to beat up on the 0 and 2 teams, but and points against 251, 278. That's obviously on the high end. Um, but we'll see. It's still early. They got some gas left in the tank. Big week for them. We'll get into the future matchups coming up, but unfortunately, I can't go any higher than the lowest.
Yeah, that's definitely an oof. Yeah, and it's just Spencer's points for has been just. I mean, it's everyone else is almost above 200 at this point, and he's the lowest. So definitely oof for sure.
hmm Second worst quadrant is we'll see. Um, Barkley Boogaloo, talking shit last week on the rig, can't get the dub. I cannot go higher than bottom right here. Last Chance U is 0 and 2. I like what I see. So points against 290, most in the league. They obviously need a dub, 0-2. You can't start 0-3, but I'm not ready to put them in the oof category, mostly because points against. And the points for isn't terrible. I don't have it in front of me. Let's see. I
His
know it's
points
not
for
last.
is 215 is what he has.
Right. So, I mean, there's a lot of guys still who haven't passed 200. We got three teams under 200. So,
Yeah, it's just he's gotten beat up on. I mean, 290, like you said, it's the highest. So
yep. Um, Pitchy and Saul Squad haven't scored over 200 points this season. So each team's 1-1, but I'd like to see some more offensive production before I can move them up.
yeah, I think Saw Squad. It's just going to be tough without Joe Burrow. I mean,
Yeah. I mean, they're in worse shape now, too.
yeah, that's going to be tough.
All right. Moving on. Some good, some bad. Eric was a tough one. I wanted to go higher, but I think as you'll see, the top two teams are just in a league of their own right now. So Eric, I don't really have many bad things to say. They're 1-1. I think it's a little unfortunate. Good, solid team. Coronavirus, same thing. Big Rig reputation alone should put them in this top left quadrant. They obviously have dominated this league the last
Championship
6 years.
pedigree, you know.
Exactly. And then Dart Vader, I'm sorry. I know you're 2-0. Points against 160, by far the lowest in the league. Only 227 for. You got a huge game coming up this week against Rue World Order, which is going to dictate kind of how you fall next week. I'm just calling it out now.
Yeah, and you know what? I had the same situation last year that he is in, of other teams that you're going up against couldn't put it together, and by the time the playoffs hit, that was apparent because I got my teeth kicked in right away in the playoffs.
Yeah.
So I get where you're coming from. I mean, like he made a trade. Maybe Harold Fannin works out and gets him out of the some good some bad. But yeah, it could be a little. It could
It
be a
could be
little
more
shaky.
bad, less good going forward.
Yeah, yeah,
And then the top two, Love is in the air and Rue World Order. This is easy. Points for 281 and 279 respectively. Points against, I don't even really care about. They've been killing it. I think they're in a class of their own through 2 weeks.
yeah. I mean, not just because I'm in there, but I would agree. I mean, you just look at the next closest points for is 20 points away, 30
Hmm.
points away actually. So yeah, it's just. I mean, it's all worked out. Now, granted, a lot of it for me was this past week with my three guys that went off to get up to 165. I just so many touchdowns out of my team last week, so I don't know that that'll keep up because touchdowns come and go. But yeah, I think that it's done well so far for both of us.
No, for sure. So we'll see how this evolves. Obviously, this is fluid, not to steal from Stephen A, but we'll have changes each week, and yeah, we'll see where it goes.
I like that. I like the quadrants.
Quinn's Quadrants, get ready, people.
I dig it.
Alrighty, I think it's wrapping up here. Let's do some look ahead.
Yeah, yeah. Let me get queued up for. Well, you can go ahead and run us through what the hot matchups and what we're looking at next week.
Yeah, so biggest games coming up. El Scorcho versus Henny God, two 0-2 teams. Obviously, they're both in the oof category. So that's huge. Both of them desperately need a win. Um, let's see. Week 3. I think, yeah. So already starting out, Spencer's got Josh Allen put up 23.02 and Keon Coleman 5 points. Probably would have liked to get a little more out of him. And Ricky's
Yeah,
had no one go yet. So we'll see how it plays out. Pretty fair matchup as far as projection goes right now.
yeah. I mean, they got to dig themselves out of the trenches right now. That's all it is. And then I wanted to highlight too because you mentioned um, Last Chance U being better than the record shows. Um, and I think that is just one matchup I'm going to keep an eye on because he's going up against the Big Rig, who has championship pedigree, and we all know.
Of course,
But I
yeah.
think that pulling out a win this week for Last Chance U would be, uh, good sign of things to come.
No, that's a great call. I already gave him a good start with 2 fucking points from Buffalo for my defense. So, um, yeah, we'll see. And then who else we got? We got a big game in the top two teams. So, Rue World Order versus Dart Vader. Like I just said, Darth Vader, somewhat of a pretender to me at this stage. Um, we'll see what happens. Do they have any guys go yet? Let's see. But yeah, they
Yes,
both had some points.
and they're tied up too.
Very close. Yeah, so both guys, we had Tyreek Hill on Darth Vader, pretty much right to his projection at 15.9 points. And then Devon, how do you say his name, Pat? Achan, yeah. 16.1. So yeah, it's close. It's close.
Yeah, and they didn't leave anyone on the bench either. I think that this will be a good matchup.
I agree.
I mean, if CMC is as good as he was last week, I think Rue World Order can, and Justin Herbert has been stellar this year too. I
He's
like
looks
how his
good.
team is constructed. It's a little bit of glass bones and paper skin between CMC, Mike Evans, who was hurt, and Travis Kelce, who, he's got a wedding to plan for, so he may be out on a week to week basis.
Dude. Yeah, Nick's not in this league anymore, so I can say this, but looking cooked to me. You could stick a fork in
Yeah,
that.
he looks slow. He doesn't have the juice anymore. I don't know that he has the hands really.
Yeah, and just it's hard to stay motivated when you have a bazillionaire girlfriend.
Yeah, when you're already a gazillionaire.
Yeah, and you got what, 3 fucking Super Bowls? What's he playing for?
3 Super Bowls.
More concussions.
Yeah, brand deals, podcast that everyone loves. My mom is a big subscriber of the New Heights podcast, which is hysterical.
Jesus.
Oh, yeah, she's staying tuned in through Jason and Travis. But yeah, I think we're gonna have a good week. I think that it's hysterical. So the challenge this week, and we'll recap obviously. Next
Yeah,
week.
I don't even remember the challenge. Oh, well, I
We're
think
playing
it's
blackjack.
blackjack. Yeah,
We're
yeah,
doing
yeah.
blackjack. So the manager that starts a player that scores closest to 21 points without going over, they'll take it. And Eric already has probably what could win. He's got 20.8, where you have to get to 21. So unless someone gets to 21, I don't think anyone else is going to beat that.
Yeah, that is actually insane. You have
And
to
it
pretty
hurts
much
that
get blackjack.
it was dropped onto my head. So
Yeah.
I got to watch it on Thursday night, and then it was on my dome. And
Pause.
yeah, I mean, we're still. I still am looking good in terms of projection. Got to hope that Jalen Hurts does his thing, but I don't know that I'll be able to get to beating him in blackjack, which is interesting.
Well, thanks for taking the fun out of the week, Eric. Appreciate that.
Fucking Thursday night. That's why Thursday night should always just be shitball teams.
No, you're right.
It scratches the itch, but it has to be the Jaguars versus the Titans. You want to recap anything good that stood out this past week? Any favorite moments from? Did you watch the games? Like watch the games across the week?
Let's see, favorite moments. Honestly, no. The Eagles pissed me off again, even though they got the dub. They're
That was a
probably gonna fucking piss me off against the Rams.
rough outing. Yeah, I mean, as a biased Packers fan, we looked pretty awesome.
No, the Packers look good.
Yeah, the defense looks crazy. They're now the betting odds favorite to take the NFC, which is very hype for me. But yeah, I'm trying to think if I had any other good things that stood out. Probably that Seahawks and Steelers game with the kickoff muff.
Yeah, I gotta catch up on that. I didn't see that yet.
Yeah, no, I was watching it because I had the quad screens going.
Jesus.
And, I'm addicted. But no, I had the quad screens going, and I saw it happen, and I was like, yeah, this guy rookie pulling that in a Mike Tomlin offense, he's not playing this week. So, but yeah.
Yeah, I guess let us know, everyone, what you like, what you don't like. That's pretty much what it's gonna be each week. We have more segments coming, may have some guest hosts, some sponsorships, of course.
Yeah, I think this is good, and I'm really looking forward to this next week.
Fuck yeah.
Alrighty. Alright, so long, folks.